Homelessness is one of the most pressing social issues of our time, affecting millions of people worldwide. While it is often visible in the form of individuals living on streets, in shelters, or in temporary housing, the reality is far more complex. For decades, efforts to address homelessness have often focused on short-term relief, providing food, clothing, and temporary shelter. While these interventions are essential for immediate survival, they rarely address the deeper issues that lead people into homelessness in the first place. Treating the root causes, rather than just the symptoms, is essential for breaking the cycle and creating sustainable solutions. The causes of homelessness are deeply interconnected. Poverty remains one of the most significant drivers, as the lack of affordable housing and insufficient income create a dangerous combination. In many cities, rent prices have skyrocketed far beyond what minimum wage earners can afford, forcing people into unstable living arrangements. When an unexpected crisis occurs, a job loss, a medical emergency, or a divorce, those already living on the financial edge can quickly find themselves without a home. Mental health challenges also play a crucial role. A significant percentage of the homeless population struggles with untreated mental illness, which can make it difficult to maintain employment or manage stable housing. Unfortunately, mental health care is often inaccessible due to cost, stigma, or a lack of available services. Without proper treatment and ongoing support, individuals with mental health conditions can fall into a cycle of instability that perpetuates homelessness. Substance use disorder is another factor often linked to homelessness, though it is both a cause and a consequence. Some individuals lose their homes due to addiction-related issues, while others develop substance dependencies as a way to cope with the trauma and stress of living on the streets. Treating addiction as a health issue, rather than a criminal one, is a critical step toward addressing the problem at its root. Systemic issues such as discrimination, domestic violence, and the lack of adequate social safety nets also contribute significantly. Women fleeing abusive relationships often face the impossible choice between staying in a dangerous situation or becoming homeless. Minority communities frequently face higher rates of poverty and housing insecurity due to historical and ongoing systemic inequities. Youth homelessness, particularly among LGBTQ+ individuals, is often driven by family rejection and the absence of supportive environments. Focusing only on the visible symptoms of homelessness, such as providing temporary beds or clearing encampments, without addressing these underlying factors, is like putting a bandage on a deep wound. It may offer temporary relief, but it does not heal the injury. Effective solutions require a multi-pronged approach that addresses the causes at their roots. One key strategy is the development of affordable housing on a large scale. Initiatives such as Housing First have shown that providing stable, permanent housing without preconditions is one of the most effective ways to help people rebuild their lives. Once housing is secured, individuals can access other supportive services, mental health care, job training, and addiction treatment, without the constant instability of homelessness undermining their progress. Expanding access to comprehensive mental health and substance use treatment is equally critical. Mobile outreach teams, community clinics, and integrated support services can help people where they are, rather than expecting them to navigate complex systems while dealing with severe challenges. Breaking the cycle of homelessness requires making these services affordable, destigmatized, and widely available. Economic policies also play a role in preventing homelessness before it begins. Raising the minimum wage, enforcing fair labor standards, offering rent control measures, and expanding rental assistance programs can help ensure that people are not priced out of their homes. Preventative measures such as eviction diversion programs, emergency financial aid, and mediation between tenants and landlords can stop many cases of homelessness before they occur. Education and public awareness are equally important. Too often, the narrative around homelessness is oversimplified, blaming individuals for their circumstances, without recognizing the systemic failures that create and perpetuate the crisis. By shifting public understanding toward compassion and evidence-based solutions, communities can foster more effective and humane responses. Ending homelessness requires a long-term commitment to treating people with dignity and respect. recognizing their humanity beyond their current situation. It demands investment not only in immediate relief, but in building a society where everyone has a fair chance at stability and security. This means investing in housing, healthcare, job opportunities, education, and safety nets that catch people before they fall. The challenge is enormous, but not insurmountable. Cities and nations that have embraced comprehensive, root cause-focused approaches have seen real reductions in homelessness. The lesson is clear. Lasting change comes from addressing why homelessness happens, not just reacting to where it appears. If we want to truly solve homelessness, we must be willing to look beyond the symptoms and confront the deeper issues that keep people trapped in the cycle. Only then can we create communities where no one is left without a place to call home.